Hello students, our last topic of the aldehyde ketones and carboxylic acid chapter is chemical properties of carboxylic acids. In that chemical properties of carboxylic acids, we have to first see the acidic character of carboxylic acid. Okay, so acidic character of carboxylic acid. What is acidic character? The H plus ion concentration is known as acidic character. H plus ion concentration is known as acidic character. Okay, in carboxyl group we know that there is dash OH which is bonded to the carbonyl group, so here it is this carbonyl group, and to this OH group is attached. Okay, and in aqueous solution the H atom from this OH of the carboxyl group dissociates as proton, and carboxylate ion is formed as the conjugate base. This is as a conjugate base. Okay, so what is going to happen? This is R C double bond OOH. Okay, from this H is dissociated as H plus as a proton, and the remaining part is with the negative charge like this, and this is known as carboxylate ion, which is conjugate base, and this is conjugate acid. What is this H3O positive? It is H plus and H2O. We know this very well from the last so many lectures. We are studying such type of situation. So here this is nothing but proton with water molecule, and that is H3O positive. Okay. Now as we studied in benzene in aromatic compounds resonance structures, similarly here we can also study the resonance structures. Okay. So what is this resonance structures of the carboxylate ion, which is called as a conjugate base also? See now here, this is RC double bond O negative. Okay, RC double bond O negative. Okay, so here when this negative charge shifted over here, and from this double bond 2 electrons are shifted on this oxygen, then this oxygen will acquire minus charge, and here it is formation of C double bond O like this, C double bond O like this. Okay, now this negative charge is going to shift. See here, first of all negative charge was here, so it is shifted there, and then this negative charge is going over here, means this negative charge is shifting on all these three atoms, that is oxygen, carbon and oxygen, and so we can show it by dotted line like this. It is not permanent, it is going to shift, again it is going to shift and acquire the original position, or this will acquire this position like C double bond O here, and then this oxygen is having negative charge, while in the first structure this oxygen is having negative charge, where here it is C double bond O. So resonance hybrid we can show it like this. This negative charge is moving on these three atoms, and so I am writing over here the minus charge like this, and these bonds which are here it is double bond, or sometimes here it is double bond, we can write it as a dotted line, and this is our resonance hybrid of the carboxylate ion. Resonance hybrid of the carboxylate ion. Okay. Now next, influence of electronic effects on acidity of carboxylic acids. There are different influences. Okay, and these influences are nothing but the electronic effects, and how we get this acidity of this carboxylic acid. First of all, we have to know some background about this topic. Okay, and this you are going to study in chapter number 3, ionic equilibria, where there is you are going to study the pH, POH, pH, then pKa, then pKb, like that. Okay, so what is this pKa and what is this formula? We have to first going to see this, and then I am going to explain what is this is related with the acidic character. This Ka is nothing but acid dissociation constant. K we know that the constant, and when there is a written A like this, then this is acid dissociation constant. If it is Kb, then this is base dissociation constant. B stands for base, and then dissociation constant Kb. So what is the formula? This acidic character is always known as the pKa, and the formula for is that minus log to the base 10 of Ka. Remember, minus log to the base 10 Ka is nothing but pKa, pKa value. This is the pKa value. Okay, we should say this is the pKa value of that acid. Okay, so the lower the pKa value indicates a stronger acid. Lower the pKa value indicates the stronger acid. That is, the lower value indicates the acid more fully dissociates in water, and the higher the pKa value indicates the weak acid. So this is inversely proportional to each other. Inversely proportional to the each other. What is inversely proportional? Acidic nature is inversely proportional to the pKa value. Acidic nature means acidic nature, this is the proportional sign, then 1 upon pK. So this is inversely proportional. So if the pK value is more, then that is weak acid. That is weak acid. If the pK value is less, then it is strong acid. This is 1 upon pKa. Please try to understand. So this is when the pK value is more, this is weak acid. When pK value is less, then that is strong acid. Okay. Now these values again depend upon few factors. Those are nothing but electronic effects which we studied in 11th standard. But again I am going to revise over here, and these effects are the inductive effect, that is electron withdrawing inductive effect or electron donating inductive effect. So first of all we have to know what is inductive effect. Okay. So what is that? When an organic molecule has a polar covalent bond. What is that? Polar covalent bond. In its structure, polarity is induced an adjacent carbon-carbon single bond. Carbon-carbon single bond, and this is called inductive effect. This is called inductive effect. So for example, if it is a halogen X and it is connected to this carbon, and then it is connected to this another carbon, and it is connected to another carbon like this, then this is electron withdrawing group. So it is going to pull on this CC single bond, again the next CC single bond, and electrons are moving towards here like this. Electrons are going to move from here to here, and whatever the effect we are going to observe in this CC single bond or this CC single bond is known as inductive effect. It is known as inductive effect. Now here it is, for example I just taken over here the simple alkyl group. Okay, but in case of acids, if I are going to see like this is given in our textbook. Here it is fluorine attached, then chlorine, then bromine, then iodine, and here it is just the simple carboxylic acids. Okay, now this is the example with acidic carboxylic acidic group and with the electronegative halogens. Okay, then what is going to happen? See here, this fluorine is highly electronegative, means it is going to pull more electrons towards it, and this H is very easily dissociated as H plus. Now this pK value for this is 2.56. pK value is 2.56. Okay, then for the chlorine, electronegativity goes on decreasing, then here pK value goes on increasing. Okay, when there is no halogen X, this is not there. Okay, then pK value is 4.76. As I explained before, acidic nature is inversely proportional to the value of pK. So here acid strength goes on decreasing as the value of pK goes on increasing, acidic strength goes on decreasing. Okay, so here we studied inductive effect of due to these electronegative halogen atoms. Okay, electronegative halogen atoms, and for here in our textbook it is written in the resonating structure. This X is here, it is going to pull electrons towards this, like this, like this, and here it is the negative charge, and so here H plus is liberated very easily. H plus is liberated very easily. As X is having more electronegative character, H is going to liberate very easily. The rate of the reaction is very fast, and so acidic character is more, and that the order is like this. Okay. Now for the next effects we have to understand again the plus effect and minus I effect. Plus I effect and minus I effect. What is that? Electron withdrawing inductive effect or negative inductive effect means what? These halogens or NO2 group or COH group, they are going to acquire negative charge. They are going to acquire negative charge due to their electronegativity. When they are going to acquire negative charge, we have to write this as a minus I effect. We have to write as a minus I effect. With the negative charge, minus I effect. But if the groups are electron donating or electron releasing, then they are having positive charge. They are having positive charge, and that's why we can write here plus I effect. We can write here plus I effect. And for example, there is a methyl group or there is a ethyl group. Okay, methyl group or ethyl group. And for that here we studying, first of all, here it is for the negative charges, we studied minus I effect, we studied all these halogens. While for the electron donating effect, we are going to study the table number 12.9. Table number 12.9. See now, here it is, when one chlorine value is 2.86. If there are the 2 chlorine atoms, then again it is lower down to the 1.26. If there are 3 chlorine atoms, again it is lower down to 0.6, and acidic strength goes on increasing. Monochloroacetic acid, dichloroacetic acid, trichloroacetic acid. And for electron donating effect, see here it is, now there is a comparison is given. Okay, this is NO2, which is electron withdrawing group, means here it is minus I effect, then its value is 3.41, while the normal benzoic acid is having 4.2, so it is decreasing. This one is decreasing as there is electron withdrawing group. But if there is an electron donating group, then this is exerted plus I effect, and so value of pK is now 4.4, more than 4.2. More than 4.2 is 4.4, because now here it is methyl group, and this is less than this because there is NO2 group. This is electron withdrawing group, while this one is electron donating group. Okay, try to understand what is the relation in between pKa, Ka and acidic character. Okay, so go through ionic equilibria chapter also, so you can understand it very well. What is required for our organic chemistry, I explained the basic concepts of this, that is the pK is equal to minus log to the base 10 Ka, while Ka is nothing but acid dissociation constant. What is the relation in between acidic nature and the pK? Okay, and which factors are affecting on this pK? Those are the inductive effect, that is the plus I effect and minus I effect. This is all for acidity of the carboxylic acids. Next is the formation of acyl chloride. Next one is formation of acyl chloride. This is nothing but our next reactions of or the chemical properties of carboxylic acid group. We studied reaction with PCl3, PCl5, SOCl2 in alkyl halides also. In that alkyl halides, ROH is converted into RX, that is alcohol is converted into alkyl halide by using this reagent, phosphorus trichloride, phosphorus pentachloride and thionyl chloride or sodium thiochloride. So this is the PCl3, PCl5, SOCl2. Okay, and this gives the corresponding acyl chlorides. Now here corresponding acyl chlorides means now we studied such type of reaction in the preparation of alkyl halide. Now we are going to study for the preparation or the formation of acyl chloride when such type of reagents PCl3, PCl5, SOCl2 going to react with carboxylic acid, is going to react with carboxylic acid. If you remember or try to remember, when we are going to use PCl3 as a reagent, byproduct is H3PO3 in our alkyl halide chapter. When PCl5, byproduct is POCl3. When SOCl2, byproduct is sulfur dioxide gas. Same byproducts we are going to get here also, only the starting reagent is different, so product is different. In the previous chapter, alcohol is converted into alkyl halide, while here it is a carboxylic acid, is converted into acyl chloride. Acyl chloride, there is C double bond O, so this is acyl chloride, C double bond O attached to Cl, so this is acyl chloride. But now, just like the previous reaction, when PCl3 we are going to use as a reagent, byproduct is phosphoric acid. Byproduct is phosphoric acid. We can write as a POH3 twice also, or H3PO3. That doesn't make any difference, both are the same, H3PO3 and POH thrice. In the previous reaction also, we have to take there 3 molecules of alcohol. Similarly, here we have to take 3 molecules of carboxylic acid to balance the reaction. Treated with PCl3, we get 3 molecules of RCOCl, H3PO3. For the particular example, if you are going to take acetic acid reacting with PCl3, then this is CH3COL, H3PO3. Then if there is a phosphorus pentachloride, then product is POCl3. So the byproduct is now here POCl3. Main product is acyl chloride, and here we require just 1 molecule of carboxylic acid. This is our general reaction. This is particular example with acetic acid, and this is our general reaction. You can take any alkyl group here and you can write the reaction. If we are going to use SOCl2, that is thionyl chloride, then this SOCl2 is going to react with the carboxylic acid. Byproduct is sulfur dioxide gas and HCl, and main product is acyl chloride. This is acetyl chloride, CH3COH acetic acid reacting with the thionyl chloride. Product is CH3COL, SO2 as in the form of gas, and HCl is also in the form of gas. This is for formation of acyl chloride. When we reacting PCl3, PCl5 or SOCl2 when carboxylic acids, we get product RCOCl, that is the acyl chloride with different byproducts, H3PO3 for PCl3, POCl3 for PCl5, SO2 gas for SOCl2. Next reaction is reaction with ammonia. We know the ammonia is our NH3. Ammonia is our NH3. This is nothing but formation of amide. If it is amine, then it is NH2. Okay, we studied this 11th standard. And when there is amide, then there is C double bond O NH2. This is amide. Okay, and this is our amine. So remember the functional groups, different functional groups. Now up till now, when I am going to say something, the structure must be in front of you. Okay, so this is amide when there is a carbonyl group and NH2. When there is dash NH2, then this is amine. Okay, so what is going to happen over here? See now, carboxylic acid react with ammonia. This carboxylic acid react with ammonia to form ammonium carboxylate. When we are going to take or we are going to see such type of structure, then this is nothing but salt of carboxylic acid. We studied before the sodium salt of carboxylic acid. Now this is ammonium salt of carboxylic acid, and so this is known as ammonium carboxylate. When we are going to provide heat, water molecule is separated, and there is formation of acid amide. This is amide functional group. This is acid amide. What happened? See here, from this NH4, 2 hydrogens, and this oxygen is going to form here H2O. these two hydrogens and this oxygen is going to form H2O, and remaining NH2 is here, remaining NH2 is here, and here it is formation of RC double bond O NH2, and this is our acid amide, this is our acid amide. Okay, so one more reaction for the formation of acid amide is we can treat this acyl chloride with NH3 also, acid chloride with NH3, and from this NH3, NH2 is going to attach over here, one H is remaining, that H and this Cl is going to form here HCl. This is the byproduct, and our main product is acid amide. So for the preparation acid amide there are two methods, one is from carboxylic acid, one is from carboxylic acid, that is RC double bond OOH treated with ammonia, and another one is from acyl chloride treated with ammonia, and there is formation of RCONH2 HCl. Next one is formation of acid anhydride. In 11th standard I explain it at least 2 times what is acid anhydride. Acid anhydride means when there are the two molecules of carboxylic acids, and from these two molecules if the one water molecule is separated by the strong dehydrating agent like P2O5, strong dehydrating agent like P2O5, then there is formation of acid anhydride. R C double bond O, O connected to the another molecule of the carbonyl compound, and then there is a separation of water molecule, formation of acid anhydride, acid anhydride. Okay, so one more method is also given, that is to get the better yield. This is the most useful method. Better yield means the product must be more percentage, then that it is called as a better yield. That is, first we are going to have the sodium carboxylate, means what, sodium salt of carboxylic acid, and this is going to react with the acyl chloride, and very easy reaction, this chlorine negative and this Na positive going to form a salt NaCl, and it is the connection in between this RCO positive and RCO negative, and that is acid anhydride. This is RCO negative, this is RCO positive, and there is formation of acid anhydride, and the byproduct is salt NaCl. So there are again the two methods, there are again two methods to form acid anhydride from carboxylic acid. This is pure carboxylic acid molecule where it is the salt of carboxylic acid. This is a salt of carboxylic acid, but again you know that this salt we get from the carboxylic acid only. So there are the two reactions. Next one is decarboxylation of carboxylic acid. Decarboxylation of carboxylic acid. What is that? Sodium salts of carboxylic acid on heating with soda lime. We know this soda lime, when there is a combination of sodium hydroxide and calcium oxide, it is known as soda lime. It is known as soda lime. Then the main product is methane. Main product is methane. So we decarboxylate this COO. Okay, decarboxylation means removal of COO. We get methane, and byproduct is Na2CO3. What is this? How we will get this byproduct? This Na, so this is Na2. This carbon, there are two oxygens, and here it is one more oxygen, so there is CO3, and this H is going to attach over here to this CH3. There is a attachment in between this, and there is formation of CH4, CH3H, CH3H. So there is formation of CH4, and byproduct is Na2CO3. This is a decarboxylation of carboxylic acid. And now last reaction, that is reduction of carboxylic acid. Reduction of carboxylic acids. Carboxylic acids are reduced. Reduced means reaction with nascent hydrogen. Reaction with nascent hydrogen, two primary alcohols. by powerful reducing agent like lithium aluminum hydride or diborane, that is B2H6 or B2H6. This reaction should be in dry ether, okay, then and then only we get this product. It should be dry ether, in presence of dry ether. So what is this? Reduction of carboxylic acid. RCOH going to react with the nascent hydrogen. There is formation of alcohol, same with the same carbon atoms. With the same carbon atoms, there is no loss of any carbon atoms. Same carbon atoms are remaining here, and byproduct is H2. So what is going to happen? See here, from these 4 hydrogens, for these 4 hydrogens, here it is 2 hydrogens attached over here, then already there is one H and then O it is there. From this one O is going to combine with 2 hydrogens from here, and there is formation of H2O, water molecule, as a byproduct. And this is the end of our aldehydes, ketones and carboxylic acid chapter. This is a quite big chapter and we studied it thoroughly, each and every reaction and each and every concept of this chapter. This is very important chapter for the 12th standard. So many reactions and so many concepts are here, and so conceptually also this chapter is very important for your national level test, for NEET or for IIT or CET. So you have to go through this chapter very thoroughly and do practice and practice and practice all the reactions and all this chapter. So this is the end of this chapter. The next chapter is amines. So in the next lecture we are going to see the next chapter, that is amine.